2 years after the beef had happened, people are still debating on who won. It was between Drake and Kendrick because J. Cole obviously opted out after making any apologies to Joshiro right now as much as J. Cole made to Kendrick. Finally, we are working on this though. We have the bracket. Put our bias aside because I assume we're more on Kendrick's side. But the music is the music, and we should
Oh,
let it be as it is.
yeah, for sure. We definitely look. I've explained multiple times that while I am a fan of both, Kendrick obviously won the battle. We don't have to really just go into detail about that, but I know a lot of my audience believes that I hate Drake. I don't hate Drake. I just point out the facts, and the facts are he just looks crazy right now. I still like his music. I still like his music a lot. But I'm excited for this. I'm excited for this. Let's get this going. I've been trying not to look at the bracket so I don't get spoiled. So let's just go ahead and hop into it, dog.
There are some songs that are already in the next round. That's because of the settings that we had on this. Josh Hero explained it perfectly, but I would like to get that again.
This is like a bye week from what I'm seeing right now. So I don't know how N95 will get a bye week, but that's cool. Mad City, I'm not mad at Mad City getting the bye week. If you don't know what a bye week is, basically, let's say we're in a 16-team bracket for football or soccer in the U.S. or basketball. The number one seed from each quadrant would get a bye week because they're the best team in that quadrant. And those who have to play in the first round, so for this instance, Marvin's Room and Duckworth, would then go on to play in the number one team from the other bracket, if that makes sense. But some of these first round buys are a little, I don't know about pound cake and N95, but we gonna rock. It's not that big of a deal. So where we want to start? We want to start at all the way at the top,
Yeah, we're
and
gonna
then
start at the
go all the
beginning.
way down. Like
Even
at the
though
beginning. All
the
right.
the best songs are at the beginning from both artists.
Oh, because I'm not even going. Oh, I'm not even going to lie. This first round matchup is okay. It's Marvin's Room, so we can go. I'm gonna go ahead and make my pick right now. It's Marvin's Room. However, if we're talking about song for song, deep message, hitting meaning, Duckworth, it fire, but it's not Marvin's Room. Look, man. I know Damn is you know what I'm saying, the one for a lot of people. I know it's the highest commercially selling Kendrick Lamar album. I know, you gotta listen to it backwards. I get all that, my nigga, but it ain't Marvin's Room, bro. I ain't gonna lie. It's not. Some things are set in stone for a reason. We're arguing a great album cut versus a great hit song. This is a legendary song. We still sing this song to this day. We can go ahead and let Marvin's Room go ahead and slide to the next round. You feel me? We ain't even gotta do that. We don't gotta do that.
I am not mad at that. I feel like you said it perfectly. I would genuinely go full Marvin's Room myself. Even though Duckworth is, as you said, to play it backwards, the analysis, the storytelling, and all this, 7 different samples, very expensive song.
Duckworth is crazy, but it ain't. You feel me? It's not that. Lord knows, family matters. Okay. I'm not. I gotta be real. I gotta be real. If Not Like Us, it never happened. Family Matters would go down as a legendary just diss song, right? Not a diss record because if we're being honest, the disses didn't land as hard, but as a song, the song is fucking great. And this is no disrespect to Lord Knows again. This is hard.
I
But
agree
I
with you.
think I'm leaning towards Family Matters.
Yeah, I guess Drake versus Drake.
Yeah, I was a bit confused on why it was Drake versus Drake, but I assumed the bracket just got mixed up somewhere.
So, but I
I'm
think we
not
gotta
tripping
take it
on it.
as it is, though. We still gotta
Yeah.
just for the viewers to not be confused themselves. You said that Family Matters is better than Lord Knows. We are going to stay with
I
that.
will lean Family Matters. I will lean Family Matters over Lord Knows, but this is Drake regardless. I just gotta be honest. It's Drake regardless, but
Yeah. People were trying to say that Not Like Us, Family Matters is the one that beat Not Like Us because there was real roast in there. But however, I don't think so. I think all he was trying to say was Baby Keem ghost written Kendrick songs, and that wasn't true. Even it was the opposite way around.
I'll say this: you can hear the Baby Keem influence in K Dot, especially on Mr. Brown, the Big Steppers, right? But you also hear the Kendrick influence in Keem. So it's like Young Thug and Gunna for me. It's like you hear the influence happening on both ends, so you can't just say one without the other. In my opinion, at least modernly for Kendrick Lamar, but I wouldn't. The ghostwriting, Baby Keem wrote it shit, it didn't land. The DV shit didn't land. Like a lot of the stuff just didn't land. It didn't land, and that's because Not Like Us happened. That's why if Not Like Us never happened, then you feel me? But this next round, though, I think it's important that we stage Family Matters right there because this next round, Euphoria sweeps. It's just not even a discussion. This is the best diss song out of all of them. Look, timestamp Drake is great, but we're talking about one of the best diss songs ever made. I mean, flat out. This diss is so layered. With the intro from the Wiz. I mean, from him, like it was almost like he was warning him, "Hey, big dog, don't tell lies about me, or I'm gonna tell truth about you." He was breaking down Drake's character just superficially before he dug really deep on Meet the Grams and not like everything that, and not to mention, this is just a great song. Like I still listen to this song to this day. I gotta give it to Euphoria. 5 a.m. in Toronto's is one of the better Drake timestamp records. It's Euphoria's impact is just way too big for me to ignore that. It's just way too big for me to ignore that. I'm not gonna lie.
So many beats selection on that song as well. I prefer the first section though as an R&B head. I believe like if there was a 7-minute track and that was the only beat that was played, I would not be angry at all. Euphoria over 5 a.m. in Toronto is not a crazy shout, but 5 a.m. in Toronto is like one of Drake's heaviest hits. With one of the, I think
it's one of his best. It's one of his best album cuts ever. I'm not disagreeing with that. But Euphoria is Euphoria for a reason. Like, and even the title in itself being a multi-layered diss, like, come on, dog. Like Kendrick having a euphoric feeling of like, finally, I get to go at this nigga, but also Drake is a co-producer on the show Euphoria, which is a show about minors having. Like, come on, dog. Like, come on, man. Like, it's come on, bro. It's too much, dog. Niggas can't deny the greatness of Euphoria.
Yeah, no, you are correct. Even with the like, I could line up 7 different rappers, and with guns that shoot backwards, and we still wouldn't lose a single rapper. That, like paraphrasing, that line is crazy, but it's not like 7 minutes of lines crazy. So Euphoria, I do agree with you. And now we got How Much a Dollar Costs versus Energy.
Hey, we could just move Energy along. I don't gotta waste my time with this one. We can move Energy along and just keep it going, big dog. This one doesn't deserve an explanation from me. It shouldn't deserve an explanation from anybody. I'm not looking at these two songs and being like, man, you know, how much a dollar costs. It's not a tough fight. It's not a tough fight at all. It's not a tough fight at all. This is Energy we're talking about here.
Wow.
What are we doing?
Nah, it's obviously Energy has to go pro it just so that Drake can get some plays. But yeah, bro, you're not big on like the psychological songs.
It's not that I'm not big on the psychological songs. It's just when, first of all, these two songs are very different songs, even in itself. But it's like, again, one is a great album cut and a very good song. This is Energy we're talking. Like, this was maybe any other song off of If You're Reading This It's Too Late. Maybe. I would have to think about that. It would be a tougher fight. But this is one of them ones. Like, it's legit one of them ones. I'm sorry. It's not an argument for me. Not an argument for me.
Some of that just like popped into my head as well, bro. Kendrick Lamar had the Hot Pot 5 where he was deep faking his faces onto like people such as Kanye West, people such as Will Smith, people such as Nipsey Hussle, and then Drake was deep faking his face onto
Yeah.
Miley Cyrus.
Yeah.
Crazy, like a
Next
juxtaposition.
round, used as a statement piece. The other was just weird. Anyway, next round, hold on, we're going home versus These Walls. I think I'm gonna go with These Walls just because Hold On, We're Going Home was a good hit. Don't get me wrong, it was a good hit. But if we're being honest, just Hold On, We're Going Home is a hook and one verse, and then it just feels like the song just goes on for another 2.5 minutes. Now, I'm not even trying to disrespect the song.
Yeah, it's like it's more musically in depth with These Walls. What I would say though, it does have a great structure and like production on Hold On, We're Going Home, which is like when pop music really has more like intention rather than
Yeah,
virality. You could tell like this
yeah.
is where Drake is going wrong now. Like Nokia versus all of his other hits from back then is not the same level at all.
But even during the time when that song came out, because that song came out when I was like 11, 12. Even at the time, like I liked it, but for some reason I never loved it because I just felt like it was too repetitive for me. It was like my first real sign that like, okay, he's trying to go really pop and really mainstream. Like that was one of those songs, and I don't know, for me, even now, it just didn't do it. It just didn't do it. It's a cool song though. I'm not saying it's bad. It's King Kunta, no explanation. I was actually just listening to this song the other day. I forgot how much it knocks. I, I forgot how much it knocks. Yeah, it's King Kunta. Again, this is another one where it's not a hard conversation. It's not a hard, you know.
I've noticed something with like the way that these songs are in the bracket as well is we just had Hold On We're Going Home versus These Walls, and is it Furthest Thing versus obviously King Kunta. Them songs are very similar, and they show like the different perspectives that Kendrick and Drake have, like against each other in a sense. But it's like very similar, like soundscapes. If I want to say that, like West Coast hip hop, if that is Furthest Thing, the one that's with Janae Aiko, very similar is what I'm just noticing. So the bracket is playing it like
Yeah,
very fair.
yeah. But I would go King Kunta there. King Kunta is that. That's just an album cut banger. Like that's just a banger.
Okay, Hop
Yeah.
Hop 5 versus Untitled O2.
This
Oh wait, that's Kendrick again? No.
Wow. Hold on, I got my argument is gonna make sense until I decide on who I think what song is better. Both of these songs are great, and I think for different reasons. I think Untitled O2 is a better song if I'm remembering Untitled O2 because again, there's no freaking titles.
Get Tap Out on the
Um,
phone.
yeah. Untitled O2 I think is the better song to like it has more replay value. But the hard part 5 is I think the music video it just gives it the weight that it needed. Like I don't think the hard part 5 hits as hard. Like the song hits really hard, but I don't think it hits as hard without the music video. And I can't get that music video out my head. And I think I'm leaning towards hard part 5 because of that. Like with the song symbolized, the structure, the lyrics, like if I wanted to like listen to a song just on some like casual, I will go Untitled O2. But if I wanted like some like I need some like thinking music, like I want to go in and just dissect, like I want to have fun, like I think Heart Part 5 is the better choice. My gut is leaning towards Heart Part 5. It's not by a lot though. It's maybe by one. Tomorrow I could change my mind.
That's
You know?
facts. I do agree with everything you're saying there. Again, um, I believe that the sample on there from the Marvin Gaye "I Want You to Want Me" it's just hard.
Yeah.
It's just very like, and that being the first song I think I ever witnessed Kendrick release like on that day because I only got into hip hop in 2018 because I was turning 13. That was the first song that I ever got to witness as soon as it came out from Kendrick, leading into Mr. Morale. So it was just a big moment for me, and you know what I mean? Nostalgia in the
Yeah,
sense.
yeah, yeah. And it was a huge moment in hip hop too. Like, it had everybody talking.
Yeah. I do like when he talks about the aliens on Untitled O2 and this like alien piano sci-fi music acts as jazz rap, so it could have been
Hmm.
a genuine throwaway from To Pimp a Butterfly.
Yeah,
Crew Love, Meet the Grams. I'm very particular with my words. So if y'all been paying attention, earlier I've been saying, oh, this is a really great diss song. This is a really great diss song. But this right here is the best diss record. Like, this was the best diss out of any of them. This was maniacal. This was insane. This was dark. This was eerie. This was surgical. With that being said, Crew Love is moving on to the next round.
Wow. I'm not even mad at that, but like it felt like Armageddon once Kendrick dropped Meet the Grams.
Yo, it was hell on earth for 24 hours when he dropped the grams. It was hell on earth, boy. What? Crew Love. Crew Love is one of those songs that I just have loved since I was like 10 years old. And it's like, it's never going to stop. Like that's never going to stop for me. That is a childhood classic for me. And it just holds way more weight than Meet the Grams ever would. So, yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to go with Crew Love here.
Crew Love is just genuinely so like perfect. The way that it was produced,
Yeah.
the Weeknd's vocals over there.
It's literally one of the best R&B rap tracks like ever. Like ever.
Definitely changed the game for it. Opened a new perspective with two big artists.
Yeah. And it put the Weeknd on. Like
Yeah.
his official like put on. Like, yeah.
Did you ever get to see Hurry Up Tomorrow? The movie?
Like live?
No, just the
Oh
movie.
no. No, I never cared to watch it. Never cared to watch it. I did want to see him live though, but I missed that mark when he came.
Know Yourself and I. These are great like playlist songs.
Yo, nostalgia is kicking my ass with Drake, yo. Like, it's bad. And I grew up with both of these guys. So it's not even like, but as a kid, it's like, I'm not trying to break down all the philosophical, scientific, spirituality, and complexities, intricacies as a kid. Like, I'm just trying to hear and listen to the music for real. It's not to say that I didn't enjoy that stuff, but we're talking about, like, if you're reading this Drake, which I still think is, like, top 2 Drake ever. And Know Yourself is one of them, but that is also that one too, yo. I don't know if I can do that. Actually, let me listen to the first 15 seconds of each real quick.
Go
So,
ahead, bro.
like, I just know. Yeah, come on, bro. Come on, dog. Like, I love myself. Like, come on, yo.
It is just a great song, and when you went on to the album version versus the single release, it's better that they chose the performance piece than they would go with like how the single was originally sounding because of the harmonies.
Yeah.
However, there is like a lot of talking in that sense, um, just for like replay value.
Thematically, like, I on the album obviously fits the album better, but that whole album is just a lot of, like, talking and a lot of, like, build up because, spoken word and all that other stuff. But the single itself is phenomenal.
So you have I over Know Yourself, or which one you going for, bro?
I'm going to go with I.
Okay, I think that's the best choice that you could have made there. Know Yourself, I only really remember running through the six with my woes, and then I can't really continue. Not even trying to be biased because I have Drake and Kendrick in the same top 5 of my personal favorite rappers.
Right.
Jungle over my dead
I
body,
just,
bro. Same, it's Drake versus Drake.
I'm gonna go with Jungle here.
Jungle,
I have
yeah.
to, over my dead body's fire, but we're talking about one of the greatest album cuts in Drake's catalog in Jungle or project cuts. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with Jungle here. I think I'm confident in that one. I don't think that one
I
really
do like
needs a
that.
whole lot of discussion. Yeah,
I
I
think,
don't think that one needs a whole.
did you ever hear Her's version?
The Harris version.
Her, like the R&B singer Her.
Oh, her. Yes, 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 yes. I have. Yes, I have. Yeah, I have. Hers is good. Yeah, it's good. It's fire.
That as a written piece of music is genuinely like on the lines of what you would get from people from the 1930s on how they would like cover each other's songs. I feel like it was just written that well.
Yeah, it's one of his best written songs and one of his best performed songs as well. Like it's one of them. It's one of them.
I
Like
do
that
like
is Jungle is a song where it's like that's almost like an entry level metric of like how well and how much do you really like Drake type of thing. And it's like if you don't like Jungle or don't know Jungle, then it's just like we can't have a conversation about Drake's catalog, in my opinion.
I do like the aesthetic though that Over My Dead Body does give the album of Take Care, which is one of my favorite albums of all time.
Yeah.
Um, I like how it can mix in with a Lord Knows and a Marvin's Room, but I'm not mad at your
Yeah.
choice of Jungle.
Jungle, that one. Jungle's that one.
Never, never existed. Money trees or
Now,
too
Money
much.
Trees. I think also Money Trees here by convincing fashion too. Sanford did his thing on Too Much. Don't get me wrong, but I think Money Trees wins this without really too much of an argument, in my opinion.
Obviously, the feature from J Rock and the woman who sang on it too. If you can
Yeah.
remind me of that.
I don't think was it ever listed. I don't think it was ever listed. I think she was in the credits. Uh, yeah, she's not listed as like a feature, but I don't remember the name to be honest with you. I don't remember the name. I'm not gonna
Aye.
lie.
But I think the J Rock
Yeah, I don't
verse is
remember.
better than the Sanford contribution.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Quite soundly. Quite
Especially
sound.
when you've seen it at the pop out.
Yeah, the pop out, like that's the thing. When I immediately saw Money Trees, I just immediately like thought of the pop out show and how J Rock came out and they did it. It was a great moment. This second round at the top, this is not going to take too much. Marvin's Room moves on. This is not a discussion. N95 is not even a top 10 Kendrick song of all time. We're talking about top 3, top 4 Drake. Like, this is, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing? But this is a fight. This is a fight. This is a fight. This is a closer fight than people think. It's Euphoria. But this is a closer fight than people think. Family Matters is so good, yo.
Oh yeah.
It's so good. And it's weirdly addictive. Like if you listen to it once, it's going to get stuck in your head. Like at some point in time, it's going. And then the beat, like 3 different beats, he was going crazy. But it wasn't Euphoria. But it just wasn't Euphoria. I've already broke it down Euphoria in the first round, so I don't got to reiterate that point. But
You're right.
Euphoria is
The thing
yeah
with me though about Family Matters is that it never really threw too much jabs in the mix of like it felt like how Brock Lesnar and Obafemi first round that WrestleMania fight
yeah
felt. It was just like Oba
yeah.
was Kendrick and Brock was Drake.
Yeah, and the problem with Family Matters and what sets it back is, again, it is a very good song to listen to, but Drake's overall problem in the back and forth was his arrogance kept making him overlook Kendrick, and he kept shooting at Rick Ross, he kept shooting at ASAP Rocky and a myriad of other people instead of addressing the matter at hand. And it was like the lines didn't even hit as hard, you know? It was like you immediately start out saying, bro, you don't even bang a set, so how hard are you really? Well, Drake, neither do you. And you claim that you're a tough guy, you know? And it's like, what are we mentioning Bloods and Crips for? Because I get that gang culture in California, but Drake, you're neither one of those, nor are you a tough guy. So it's like, in retrospect, when you really dissect and you really think about it, it's like, what are you talking about? But the song itself is still good, but it's just not better than Euphoria.
It's like Euphoria was just like a 10 times better version of Family Matters.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, not negative one. There we go. Tuscan Leather versus
Now this is
Energy.
another Drake versus Drake, but we're talking about the greatest Drake intro of all time. As much as Energy was maybe my favorite song in 2015 and 2016, but as a grown adult, Tuscan Leather is in a legendary status. It's in a glass box by itself. Tuscan Leather here by quite a comfortable margin. Energy is a good song, but it's not Tuscan Leather. It's not Tuscan Leather, dog.
When you sample Whitney Houston versus when you deepfake yourself from Miley Cyrus Wrecking Ball, there's got to be a lot more like service on the Whitney Houston side than there is on the Wrecking Ball, and there definitely was in terms of performances. Oh, did you know? Did you ever listen to that song Energy? Like, but you would notice that the sample from Easy E was also in that song, which is the same sample that was used on Like That.
No, I never thought about that. I never thought about that until you brought it up. I wouldn't even have noticed that, to be honest with you. I never really paid too much attention to like Drake and sampling and all the other stuff. Like I was never like too locked in when it came to that. Like it was a good song, it was a good song, right? Especially at that time, right when this song first came out. So I never really did like the deep dive of it. But yeah, no, I'm not. I never thought about that until you just brought that up.
I gotta backtrack myself though. When I had said this performance wise, it was like Tuscan Leather outdoes Energy. I think I was like just thinking of the terms of the pop culture that it takes from, and then I realized how iconic some of them lines off of Energy is.
Yeah, Energy is a great song. Like it's a banger. Like, that's a certified Drake banger. It's just not Tuscan Leather. It's just not Tuscan Leather. It's,
We'll take
it's
Tuscan Leather to
uh,
Leather through.
we don't have to spend 5 seconds on this next round. We know what we know. The audience, we all know what the answer is here, so we can go ahead and move Mad City on to the next round and not really talk about it.
I'm not gonna hold you though.
Because yeah,
If it was me choosing the songs, I'm probably choosing These Walls over Mad City. And I
no,
know
no,
how
you're
like
not.
great
No,
Mad
you're not.
City is. That production on These Walls and the psychology of it is genuinely just like what would make me take it through, even though there is a good amount of psychology on Mad City.
I hear you,
Hey,
but every time I'm in the streets, I hear got. Sorry, bro. It works every time. It's gonna work every time. It's never. There's not a point in time in history where that's not gonna work and get somebody turned up. I'm sorry, it's not. It's massive, man.
you're not wrong for what you're saying. It's just like my perspective though. If I was to choose it, me personally, I would choose the least objective choice, which would get people mad at me, bro. No pun
Yeah,
intended,
no,
of
no, no.
course.
No.
Pound Cake versus King
People, I
Kunta.
think people are mad at you right now. I think people are mad at you right now for even having that take in my see, but it's fine. This one is also a dog fight. This one can go either way. I have so much sentimental value for both of these songs, and because both of these songs, for me, listening to them as a kid, right? Me and my homeboys, like we all bonded. We literally have bonded over these two songs specifically. I'm not even gonna lie. One of my homeboys, he was a really big Kendrick fan. My other homeboy, he's like a really big Drake fan, and I liked both. It's not to say that he didn't like both, and my other mans didn't like both, right? But I was always in the middle of like, I just like both. I don't know what to do here. I'm a bit, I don't know what to do here. Yo, that Jay-Z verse is so fire though. It's the Jay-Z verse, and that beat is unquestionably one of the best beats I've ever heard in my life, son. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, that beat on Pound Cake is ridiculous, yo. But King Kunta is...
I love how Jay-Z can just say one topic and make it like 7 different things. Like, I never knew how much in depth you can get with Cake.
With Cake, yeah, that's why he's one of the greatest of all time. like that was a verse, like, because remember, he was like still actively in his prime during this time too. Like, and he wasn't really. I mean, he was giving verses to people, but it wasn't just like anybody. So like, yeah, this was also a radio hit. King Kunta is one of them too. I think I'm leaning towards Pound Cake. I think I have more
Damn.
sentimental value on Pound Cake than I do King Kunta, and I love King Kunta. Right. If this was backseat freestyle, I really have like a claw in my brain.
I'll
But
say
I
that King
think
Kunta is better than Backstreet
nostalgia.
Freestyle though.
I wouldn't say it's better, but like the reason why I'm picking Pound Cake in this instance is not to say that King Kunta is a bad song, but I think nostalgia is the one that's just carrying it for me right now. I love both of these songs to death. But Backseat Freestyle, I have more of a nostalgic attachment to that song than King Kunta. That's why I'm saying, like, if it was Backseat Freestyle and now I'm arguing, okay, really great song and nostalgic attachment to the song, I'd have a really hard time. But because I have more of a nostalgic attachment to Pound Cake, I'm gonna lean towards Pound Cake. It's not by a lie. It's big. I can change my. This is another song where I can change my mind in the next hour. You feel me? Like, I'm probably gonna like go to bed after this. You feel what I'm saying? Or go chill out, do something. I'm gonna be like, I probably should have chose King Kunta. I'm not even gonna lie. But I gotta stick to it. I gotta stand for something. I gotta stand my ground. I have to stand my ground. I'm going with Pound Cake. I
I
gotta
think I
go with
nearly got
Pound
run
Cake
over
here.
by a car to that song. I was just like tired walking in the morning. Eyes shut, not even paying attention. Just standing in the middle of the road while this was playing. The Hot Pot 5 versus Crew Love.
Now this is entirely two different songs. So now you're asking me which song do I enjoy the most? And it's Crew Love, and it's not close. Like, it's not close at all. And this is no disrespect to the Hard Part 5, but again, I'm not always in a mood where I just want to like be listen to super mad intelligent music. Sometimes I just want to turn my brain off and listen to a really, really good fucking song. And more times than not, I'm going to turn on Crew Love before I even think about putting on the Hard Part 5. Not
Yeah,
to say that Hard Part 5 is a bad song. It is a fantastic record. But we're talking about, again, a legendary smash hit. And Crew Love, sorry,
Crew
I
Love
gotta
still
go
makes you
with it.
think though. Because if you don't really like know too much slang, you're gonna think like, why is Abel talking about taking your nose off a keyboard? You know what I mean? What is this keyboard? Is it the computer keyboard or is it pianos? And why is somebody laying
Yeah.
their nose on the keyboard?
I don't think you really get. I don't think most people even give a hell about that line. To be honest with you, I don't think people give a damn about that line. I don't think people think about this song at all. I gotta be real. I think people just say it's one of those songs where it's like if you're outside and it comes on, everybody in the entire spot is singing it. Like everybody's singing it.
I do like Crew Live. I think I've generally like as an artist, I have based a lot of the beats that I would make off of the techniques that I would hear in the song Crew Live.
Even the beat itself is just so unique. It's so the sample is just so knocking. It's just so in your ear. Yeah, it's great.
I like EDM kind of like bish, 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 bish.
It's just that constant build up, let it go, build up, let it go, build up, and then the weekend comes in so perfectly. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
This next round though, I'm gonna be so freaking for real.
Ooh.
These songs are the exact same to me because To Pimp a Butterfly was so jazzy, funk, spoken word, just all of the black elements you could possibly think of, right? These are two songs to me where if I were to play All Right and then I were to play and then you're asking me which one do you like more, I'm gonna look at you and say I like them both equally. Like there's no difference to me in my head between which one I like more versus which one I don't like more. And I can't even argue like commercial, although All Right has a way bigger commercial impact in terms of the Black Lives Matter movie, which is probably why I'm going to lean more towards All Right than but I also has a lot of cultural significance as well, and also just broader societal influence and just the messaging of the song and the whole "I love myself" type of thing. Um, Kendrick's flow was a lot. I think he wrote the beat a lot better on. On right. Like I think he just wrote that sample, that beat so well. But we're talking about a cultural statement in All Right, and I have to give the edge to that. Unfortunately, it's not unfortunate, but I have to give the edge to that. Like what it means to just Black culture, what it did for that album specifically, it's like you can't take that away. And I'd be weird for saying I'm gonna take I overall, right? But again, on a you play these two songs back to back and just tell me, yo, which is the better song? I'm gonna look at you dead in your face and say, they the same. They the exact same for me. They the exact same for me.
Yeah, honestly, when I'm thinking about the rap verses on they are like very similar to the way he had to be in pocket for All Right. Um, However, All Right, production wise, that changes time signature, and you do not get that a lot in rap. You don't like
Yeah.
these beat. It was beat programmed, and it still had these like it was jazz elements to down to a T in a sense, bro.
This is one of those arguments where now you really gotta dissect both of these songs and pick out which elements you like over the other, and it's like I just like them both equally. I just like them both equally, but for the sake of this argument, I'm gonna lean towards All Right, but I like them both equally. I do. They're both 10s out of 10s though. They're both 10 songs.
It's on the 10 out of 10 album, to be fair.
Yeah, T-Pap is my favorite Kendrick Lamar album of all time. So, yeah.
I feel like it's objective though. Like if you was to say to a lot of like hip hop fans, what is the best objective rap album of all time? They're either saying Illmatic by Nas or To Pimp a Butterfly by Kendrick, depending on which generation they grew up in.
A lot of people say Good Kid, Mad City too.
Yeah,
A
I
lot of
know.
people say nothing was the same. Like that's what I'm saying. Like 2013 to 2015, because I was a kid during that, right? I lived it, but I ain't live it. You know? So my view of it is a little bit different than others, but we got some of the greatest albums ever made from literally 2011 to 2015, 2016. Like that's some of the greatest music, most timeless music ever. And Kendrick Lamar and Drake both have three freaking classics or two and no, because if I'm doing this from 2011 to 2016, although Dan came out in 2017, so stretch it a little bit, that's three fucking classics, bro. Like that's three classics between both of them, bro. Like That's an insane run, dog. That's an insane run. And now I got to argue between a cult classic. I'm arguing between two cult classics here in this last bracket right here. Now, where does my
You got Jungle
bias
versus
lean
Money Trees.
towards? This is where my K-Dot bias might be showing a little bit. I'm going Money Trees, but again, they're two entirely different songs. But if I had just had the inkling of OVO bias, I would go Jungle. I don't though. I don't. I don't. I don't. And again, I'm not trying to disrespect Jungle in this scenario. You're asking me to pick between Money Trees, a phenomenal Kendrick verse, a phenomenal beat, and a phenomenal J-Rock verse over Jungle, which is admittedly one of Drake's best project cuts of all time, one of his better R&B-ish cuts of all time.
I do feel
If
it's
I'm at
a
a day party,
very good trap soul song as well. Like in that perspective
yeah,
of if you was to
yeah,
make 100, top 100 songs of trap soul, Jungle would place somewhere in like the top 25.
not even top. It's top 5.
Mm.
This song helped spark an entire genre of music. Like legitimately, it helped create an entire genre of music. It's a foundational piece. If I'm at a day party, I would want to listen to Money Trees. If I'm at a night party, I would still. It would depend on the mood, but I think I would listen. I would rather listen to Jungle. If I'm on a drive, I would rather listen to Jungle in my headphones. If I'm on a drive and I'm playing the music out loud, I would rather listen to Money Trees. Like, it's so 50-50 here because they're two entirely different moods, two entirely different songs.
Well, you said Money Trees, and I do not disagree with you for saying that. Great chorus as well.
Yeah,
And
everything about
repetition.
that song is phenomenal.
Marvin's Room versus Euphoria.
Buddy, old pal, is this a doozy right here that we have? The natural contrarian in me wants to say Euphoria, but I can't do that. But I can't do it. Some things are left to be untouched for a reason. Some things are just classics for a reason. And Marvin's Room is an undoubted classic. No matter how much I enjoy Euphoria, I can't pick that over. I can't do that over Marvin's Room. I can't do that over Marvin's Room, man. That is. I'm going Marvin's Room.
I'm not angry about you
Well,
for that, bro. I genuinely Marvin's Room usually used to be my favorite song of all time as a kid, because of how like different it felt to listen to outside of what was being played on the radio. Like how dark it was, but still with this chorus that was like catchy. Um,
right.
yeah, and even though it was like nearly 10 minutes of my life, I generally did enjoy every listen that I would take it to the point where like Take Care is probably one of my most influential albums to myself.
Yeah. No, Take Care is this song right here. Like, you know how we were just talking about the Trap Soul era?
Yeah.
That song right there, single-handedly, modern R&B wouldn't be what it is today without Marvin's Room.
Mm.
The toxicity, the lyrics, the I want you, but I hate that guy, and I also kind of hate you, and this resentment, and all the elements that we know modern R&B to be, it leads back to Marvin's Room. Because R&B in the 80s, the 90s, going into the 2000s, there were toxic elements, but it was dressed up nicer. You know what I'm saying? It was
Yeah.
more metaphoric. Marvin's Room was so straight to the point and direct that it was something that wasn't a metaphor. Everybody just collectively understood and felt. And while at the time Drake wasn't probably being given the credit for what that song did, because this was still during the time where, oh, Drake isn't a rapper, he's soft, he's this, he's that. Marvin's Room, what it did for hip hop in terms of allowing rappers to be more vulnerable and seen in a more vulnerable light, how it that's how it changed hip hop going into more a melodic sound, and how it will fundamentally change R&B music and what we know R&B music, modern R&B to be, where you have to have a toxic element, whether it's a trap soul or more modern traditional R&B song. It all leads back to Marvin's Room. It all leads back to Marvin's Room.
It's not a bad shout. It did feel like it came from taking the Weeknd's up and coming sound though. However, if Drake's gonna
Oh,
make
for
a hit,
sure.
it's gonna be a hit.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I mean, the Weeknd wrote this song, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah. Like, come on.
Another thing, like when you had said that when the R&B people or R&B singers were dressing up the like toxicity in their songs, Boys to Men End of the Road is something that came into my head because one of the lines in there is, "Girl, I know you want me, you just don't realize."
Yeah, like, that's not something that you should say. But again, back then, it was dressed up nicer, you know? Like, you know the meme of one is harassment, one is flirting? Like, early R&B was seen as flirting. Nowadays, like modern R&B to older folks is just seen as harassment. When in reality, they were both doing the same thing. It just looks different. And
Yeah,
Marvin's Room allowed it to look different and be more widely accepted nowadays.
the Tuscan Leather versus the I can't read that.
Mad City. Damn. This is where it gets real hard from here on out. I'm not gonna lie. Tough decisions had to be made. As much as I want Tuscan Leather to move on, Mad City is the better song. And now I'm thinking of, but they both have so much replay value too. If I'm thinking for me personally, Money Trees has slightly more replay value than Tuscan Leather, but I've been playing Tuscan Leather a lot lately, so I don't know how much. I don't know how true that is. Uh Money Trees. I'm sticking with Money Trees. I'm gonna stick with Money Trees. I'm sticking with Money Trees. I'm sticking with Money Trees.
Oh, it's Mad City and
No, not Mad, not Money Trees. I mean Mad City. That's what I meant. Yes, Mad City. I'm sticking with Mad City. I'm sorry. Did I say Money Trees this whole time? Yeah, I meant Mad City. I'm sticking with Mad City here. Mad City is it's they're both legendary, but for two different, completely different reasons. One is a legendary Drake song. I think Mad City has now seen as more of a mainstream song. But I think Mad City is the better record here. I think the content in both songs are great. I think Mad City helps paint the picture a lot more for the album than Tuscan Leather does. Tuscan Leather is a great intro. What he was talking about is great. The lines were great. The beats were great. The flows were great. But Nothing Was the Same was kind of a all over the place album in some sense, right? Structurally, I think it's still his best album, especially because Nothing Was the Same is essentially a growing up tale of like I'm no longer the grassy kid or the up and coming rapper. Like this is my song. This is what my third album now. I'm officially a superstar, and Tuscan Leather really lays the foundation for that. Um, but I think Mad City just helps paint the picture a lot more clearer. It helps to give Good Kid, Mad City the big cinematic feeling that it has. So I think I'm sticking with Mad City here. This next round, Crew Love or Pound Cake. Again, we can move Crew Love on. I love Pound Cake. I've explained how much I love Pound Cake, but again, this is Crew Love.
yeah, I'm not mad at you for that,
I
of
got
course.
I gotta give the Crew Love there. Pound Cake's beat again is fucking. It's insane. They're like it's genuinely crazy.
But this isn't a case where the Weeknd sang so well over Crew Love that it kind of beats the way that Ellie Goulding's sample sounded over Pound Cake.
Yeah, yeah. That sample is crazy though. It's one of the best samples ever.
Yeah,
It genuinely.
it's great for like
Gen-
to base your beats off of as an up and coming producer, especially at that time, I guess.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right, versus Money
I
Trees,
don't
bro.
know. I don't know. I don't know, dog. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm too scared to make a decision right now.
There is no wrong decision. It's only your decision, bro. And I'm probably going to agree
You
with
tell
it.
you tell that to your comment section. uh, well, every time I want to say one, I say and then every time I want to say the other, I say nah. I'm stuck. I'm genuinely stuck. This is another 50-50 again for me here. I'm even mad that I picked all right over I, and I was like, I gotta pick all right though. Like I'm even mad at that decision now. That I told you, bro. I can change my mind literally within 15 minutes after I make a decision, bro. Like I can't stand on shit. I can't stand on shit like this. Fuck. Um,
I've already made my decision. If it was me personally, I've already got it in my head.
all right,
That's the one I was gonna say, bro. I think Money Trees
all
is a
right.
great song, but like when you talk about this thing called music that we've been hearing from generations and centuries, All Right is one of the best songs like of all time.
Yeah, it's on that. It's on that list.
I think Purple Rain by Prince is the best song of all time objectively, but All Right is definitely somewhere there. We got Marvin's Room versus Mad City.
Oh, this, I feel like I feel like the world is in my hands right now, and I have to make a decision that's gonna like change the landscape of the entire world. This is ass. Oh, this is so bad. This is bad. This is bad. This is bad. This is bad. Marvin, bro.
Wow.
Wow.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but now that you've made the decision, I realize how crazy the decision making was.
This is so hard, bro. This is genuinely harder than when I had to take SATs, bro. This is hard. Like this shit this shit hard, bro.
It might get harder for you, bro, because we got Cruella versus All Right.
This one's not that hard. Uh it's all
Ooh,
right.
ooh, bro.
It's all right. It's all right. It is all right. Look,
I'm not mad at that. I do feel
Crew
like you're
Love
telling the truth,
again.
and
Crew
I
Love is
agree
one
with
of
you.
them. It's all right though.
What
Some
I,
things are set in stone for a reason, and All Right is one of those songs that's set in stone in history for a reason.
what I've just realized though is we've managed to go with this whole bracket and still end up on the decision with what we've chose as Drake's best song in the bracket versus Kendrick's best song in the bracket.
You know what's crazy? I don't know if I don't know if I would say Marvin's Room is his best song. It's up there though. It's like it's in the top three. So I'm not mad at it getting all the way here. Like, could I see a world where I think Crew Love is better than Marvin's Room? Probably. Um, like From Time is not on here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a couple joints that's not on here. Like, but we have to. I gotta play who's in front of me. All Right or Marvin's Room. I think this is the most appropriate ending. By the way, like out of all the songs, I think it was appropriate that we landed here because we're talking about one of the most legendary hip hop sappy R&B tracks of all time versus one of the most legendary impactful hip hop songs of all time. One sparked an entire cultural movement, an entire societal movement, or helped spark an entire societal movement. It became the voice of that movement. The other sparked an entire generation of music. All Right didn't spark an entire generation of music, but its societal impact is something that you cannot question. But Marvin's Room 100% inspired an entire generation of music. We don't have, like I said, we don't have toxic R&B today. Like if Marvin's Room never existed, we don't have melodic rap. We don't have SoundCloud rap without Marvin's Room, without Take Care in general. We do not have just people being comfortable expressing their emotions in a way that is both not all the way intricate, but superficial enough that it is unquestionably relatable to everybody and have that eerie feeling, but still find immense enjoyment out of a song. This is what a heavyweight fight looks like.
You
Like
gotta focus on how they
this,
sound, though, bro. I understand what you're
yo
saying.
dog,
I believe your argument.
yo dog. This is Rock Austin WrestleMania X7, big dog. Like I ain't gonna lie, yo. I ain't gonna lie, son. Like I ain't gonna lie to me. This shit right here, dog. Like this is Mbappe versus Messi in the World Cup, yo. Like this shit right here, dog, is crazy, bro. This is Ronaldo. This is Ronaldo Messi, bro. This is Ronaldo Messi right here, bro. Drake fans, I'm sorry. All my OVO, all my OWL brothers, my Canadians, my light skinned twinkle tars. All Right is the winner of this bracket.
I feel like this is how it was supposed to go, regardless of like whatever songs you want to put in front of All Right or whatever, bro. I feel All Right is the best song out of all of these. Objectively, of course. If I was to say like my favorite, even my favorite Kendrick Lamar song is not Kendrick Lamar's best song at all, because the one that I would choose based on like how I approach music myself is Rich Spirit, which is a very like you don't choose that at all. What would you say, bro?
My favorite Kendrick song of all time. Yeah, like All Right is not my favorite Kendrick song of all time. Like how I mentioned to you earlier, you know what I'm saying? Like Backseat Freestyle has a lot of nostalgic replay for me. King Kunta also has a lot of nostalgic replay for me. Uh, goddamn, there's a couple joints off of Damn. You know what I'm saying? Hell, GNX got a couple joints that I'm like, yo, I ain't gonna lie, son. On every given day, like, Hey Now might be my favorite kid. You know what I'm saying? Heart Part
Wow.
6, Reincarnated. Like, I think there's a plethora of songs I would take over All Right, and that's because I just feel like All Right just got overplayed. But again, when you are the song that represents an entire cultural and societal movement, you're gonna get overplayed. And we were to list 100 most important songs in the history of music. You got to list 10 of them. You are not naming You are not naming 10 songs and not putting All Right in that list. You can't do it. You can't. You cannot do it. It's no way you can do it. That's what gives it over the edge over any song of A Good Kid, Mad City. That's what gets it over the edge of any song on Damn, over Mr. Morale, over Untitled Unmastered, over GNX. That's what gets it over the edge. Because you cannot name 10 songs that are more important to the world than All Right. And so with that being the case, All Right is the best song that wins that bracket, dog. I ain't gonna lie, man, it does.
I do not disagree at all, bro. I feel like, of
Yeah.
course, we said that To Pimp a Butterfly is obviously one of the best albums of all time. All Right, it's one of the best songs of all time. Um, I couldn't. I feel like if you was to make any of a decision, then All Right, it would just be wrong. You know what I mean? It would not be All Right, is what I'm saying.
I know, a song being overplayed or overused can make it feel worse, but sometimes things happen for a reason. Like, I can look at Happy from Pharrell and be like, I absolutely hate this song. but it's still gonna be on the list of top 150, 200 songs of all time. And I hate the song. I absolutely hate that song. But we're talking about one of the biggest songs in the entire world, like that has ever existed. It's in there. It is in there objectively. It's just in there. So
And
it is what
also,
it is for me, man.
Pharrell was the one who produced All Right, which was a great thing to bring up from you.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
compare Happy to All Right.
Because, again, it was that like with the all my life I had to fight with the brass playing in the background, and it's just like
It's like trap
that
drums
build
with
up.
jazz at the same time as well.
Yes, like it's so hip hop, but it's every element in the song that's not hip hop, but it's so hip hop at the same time, dog. Like it's truly just a one of one song. It's a one of one song.